It had been a long time since we won a football game. I think the last 6. A lot of things kind of contributed for that or to that. Been shorthanded a couple games, but guys just kept fighting away. Going into this game, we got some guys back this week. It's going to jump to the offense right away. We've talked about how good Isaiah Williams has looked in training camp. I made a statement he had as good a training camp as anyone around. So it was good to get him out there. In order for our offense to have some success, you need to solidify the defensive line also. Doug Kramer helped an awful lot. Losing Alex there hurt us, but I thought Julian Pearl really stepped up. But we wanted to run the football, as I said. Chase Brown, I thought, was outstanding, gave you a glimpse of what he can be. But when you have a quarterback that can, it's hard. It's tough duty for a defense when you have a quarterback that can run like that. And, Isaiah just, first start to be able to do that. I think he might have set the record for a quarterback rushing around here. And, there's been, we've had a few good ones that could run the football. But like what the offense was able to do, stay in there. And defensively, we gave up some big plays. We'll continue to work on that. But those takeaways late, allowed us to win the football game. So guys strained for 4 quarters, and it was good to get the win. Take a question.
Okay, first question from Jeremy Werner. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey, Lovie. James McCourt misses those 2 long field goals. Can't hear me? No. No. Can't hear me?
Jeremy, try it again. I'm not getting this.
Okay, he's messing with it, so I'll go ahead if you can hear me.
Here we go. Now we go. Jeremy, go ahead and start again, Jeremy.
Okay. He's still messing with it. So
okay. All right. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah. So on the field goals, which is what I think Jeremy was going to ask, I was just curious about your communication with James McCourt on that third one. Looks like there was some discussion about whether to be on the hash or maybe center it. Did you discuss that he wanted right hashed? What was that? How did that go?
He wanted the ball right where it was. It's tough when you miss a couple of field goals, but we have all the confidence in the world. Just a matter of us giving him an opportunity. One of your teammates, misses, when your kicker misses a couple, you don't want him to have that. That's the last thing that he remembers. So glad he had that opportunity. A lot of things had to happen to get that chance to kick it, but we've seen him do it before.
And did you have a distance in mind there on the final? Did his 2 misses impact you at all on any decision making, or was it if we get in his range, he's kicking?
Simple as that. That's how it is always. The other field goals that we attempted, we were in range of what we thought, the distance that we thought we could hit it. So, of course, the last one was definitely in range. Yeah, no thought at all. Like I said, he's done that before.
Thanks.
Welcome.
All right, Jeremy, you want to try it again?
We'll try here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right, sounds good. Lovie, I know you said Isaiah Williams had that in him, but you guys kind of almost scrapped the passing game and found a lot of success on the ground. Why do you think that worked so well, and what do you think he did so well operating it?
Well, I think going in, to me, it's about moving the football, whether it be run or pass. We didn't want to put Isaiah in, in an ideal world, you just, first-time quarterback, you don't want to be in a lot of tough passing situations. And when you have a guy that can move the chains with his legs too, that's just tough on a defense. Thought Coach Smith and our offensive staff did a good job of getting him ready. But he needed to make some plays, and he did that all day. Even in the passing game when we really needed to throw, I thought he was able to do it. That last 3rd and long with the quarterback draw, of course, that was big.
And just you guys turned around a season last year. So what can just one win mean for you guys moving forward?
I think when you talk to the team and you can call on experience, it helps an awful lot. We talked a lot about that. The last time we had won a game was was of course the biggest game we've had in our school history in a while. So, but we did. We talked an awful lot about that and what we were able to do, in that game. And really it was a little different, but we're down by 10 on the road today. A lot of things were going against us, but the guys just kept fighting and just refused to lose. And so we've been in that position before again. Last year, we had Nebraska down by 14 in the second half, and they came back and beat us. So this could hopefully give us confidence going into that game.
Thank you, Lovie.
All right, we're going to go Bob Osmussen first, Joey Wagner, and then I see Shannon Ryan as well, our regulars. Go ahead, Bob.
Coach, you have a quarterback situation now, or do you have a situation now with your starter coming back next week?
We have a big victory on the road is what we have today, and talk much more than that. Karan Taylor did a good job. All right. Of course, Isaiah today stepping in did just a great job. We're excited about getting Brandon back next week. It's kind of simple as that. We're going to celebrate this one right now.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Okay, Joey, you're up. Shannon, and then Alec. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, Lovie. I know traditionally Corey had been up in the booth. Was this his first game on the field? And if so, was it to be around? I know him and Isaiah go back quite a ways.
No, I know Corey's been down, all the time. So, but, guys up, guys are down. We rotate it, from time to time. It's just kind of what's best. That had nothing to do with it.
And those takeaways at the end, big plays, another big play by Devin Witherspoon, by Nate, by Jake. Did that kind of give you guys that energy there? After the missed field goals, the defense, kind of kept making plays there.
That's what it took. But, for us, we haven't lived up to, the goals that we set each week as far as taking the ball away. It's always about, normally if you take the ball away 3 times, you have a chance. It took that today, but didn't surprise guys. That's what they were supposed to do. There were a few others out there that we had opportunities we need to be able to capitalize on.
Thank you, Lovie.
You're welcome.
Okay, Shannon, you're up. Alec on deck, and Matt Stevens in the hole.
All right, congrats on the win, Lovie. With bringing Brandon Peters along today, what went into that decision, and just what did he bring on the sideline, communicating maybe with Isaiah?
Well, as a general rule, if it's one of our guys, we try to bring them. If numbers allow that, we try to bring them. Milo Eifler didn't play today either. He was injured, couldn't play, but we want our guys to be in the group. They move into more of an assistant coach's role when they can't do anything else. And Brandon helped an awful lot. Of course, Milo helped an awful lot today. So that was always the plan, of course, to bring Brandon along.
Anything you noticed from him, things he was saying or doing, or just kind of, was it a extra assurance having him there and, and offering some other bits of advice to Isaiah?
Oh, Shannon, we moved ahead right at the end. We all had other things on our mind. It was just I know that everybody was doing their job, and I know Brandon was doing everything he could to help Isaiah throughout. I know that for a fact.
Okay, thanks, Shannon. Alec, you're up, and then Matt Stevens, and then we've got several others. Go ahead, Alec.
Thanks, Kent. Coach, Jake Hansen had to move outside today due to the injury of Milo, like you said, and he played pretty well, had 15 tackles, I think, a sack, and of course that interception. Can you just kind of comment a little bit on his play today as an outside linebacker?
Well, Jake's an outstanding player. I think he's an outstanding player no matter where he plays, but we wanted to get Tariq Barnes back on the field this week. So that's the reason why we moved Jake out there. We made that decision early in the week, and Jake felt right at home, which is, a little bit like riding a bike. He's played out on the outside for quite a bit. And, I know we needed all those big plays he made today, and he made quite a few. But he should. He's a good player.
Just to follow up to that, you said you made the decision to move Jake back outside and get Tariq Barnes a little bit more opportunity. Is that something that we can maybe see a little bit more moving forward, or just having a little bit of versatility, I guess, does it open more doors for you?
Well, I think each week we kind of look at who we have available and what we think we need to do to be successful, and we'll do the same this week.
Thanks, Coach.
with that. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Matt, and then we'll go Gabby after that.
Lovey, quickly, what did Nate Hobbs having him back mean to this defense and the play that you saw out of him today? Obviously, everybody sees the pick, but I thought he made a lot of one-on-one tackles on the outside that were pretty key as well.
Yeah, and Matt, I noticed the same thing. But Nate is a physical player. I mean, our corners, you play corner here, you got to want to tackle, not, have to tackle. You got to want to tackle. And I thought his playing the run was good. And what it means, you get your one corner back. Of course, it helps everything. And that's what we got from him. But it's one thing to tackle as a corner. You need to, take the ball away too. And that interception, of course, was big.
Thanks, Lovey.
Okay, Gabby, you're up, and then Mariah, and then Gavin, and then we're going to have to start closing it down to get players. Go ahead, Gabby.
Lovie, Rod Smith said earlier in the week that he wanted to accelerate the run game. How easy was it to do that with Isaiah?
I think it helps an awful lot. When you have a quarterback that can run, normally, teams play some type of single high safety that's free. But when you have an athletic quarterback, your numbers say that, if a quarterback runs the ball, a lot of times, it's tough duty and there's nobody on him. And when you can make, a defender miss in an open field, the way Isaiah can, I mean, he, best guy on our team as far as making you miss in the open field. That's tough duty. And then when you have a running back, Isaiah, of course, was outstanding. Chase Brown, I thought, was also, I mean, he can make you miss in the open field too. All those great plays, we needed them today.
How do you think the defense was able to keep you guys hanging around in the first half after they had a couple of those 3 and outs?
That's what they're supposed to do. And we still gave up a couple big plays that we got to eliminate the big plays, but they continue to fight. And again, we talk about some of the changes we made, but the guys gave us a chance and, hung in there. Would they have 20 points? I mean, we're headed in the right direction. We saw signs of improvement that we needed to make.
Okay, we'll go Gavin, and then Colin, and then John Sapini will be the last question. Go ahead.
Hey, Lovey. You guys held Rutgers to 4 third down conversions of 14 today. Got a couple turnovers on the defense. What do you think, how big is third down in stopping Rutgers in those moments? It seems like, in a lot of those third and long situations, you guys had given a lot of those up earlier in the year.
Yeah, and, when we win, you got to be positive. So looking back on that, a lot of those things just should not happen. And today, third down is critical. I mean, we look at it like a takeaway, when you convert on third down, offense gets the football. So a lot of emphasis is placed on it. Today, they were all important. When you're moving the ball the way we were on the offensive side, you wanted to get the offense out there as soon as you possibly can, as many times as you could. So third down conversions were huge today.
And Isaiah really seems to, shine in situations where he can improvise. And he also had that moment where it was kind of like Aaron Rodgers, where he found Casey Washington on that offsides play. What have you just seen about him, being adaptable and kind of learning on the fly, especially with him coming into practice late this week?
Well, I don't know if I start Aaron Rodgers type anything like that, but
hey, you won.
Isaiah is an athletic guy that can make you miss in open field and improvising. We just see that as scrambling. And every time there's a pass, there's a chance for you to scramble and get yardage. So he's capable of that. We've seen that quite a bit. It's just good for others to see it today.
Thanks.
Okay, Colin, and then John Sapini, the last question. Go ahead, Colin.
Thanks, Kent. Lovey, Chase kind of got going a little bit in the first half, but not so much as Isaiah. What changed in the second half, and how was he able to get going? How was he able to start blowing past guys and make guys miss later on?
You're talking Chase, is that correct?
Yeah, yes, Chase.
Well, I think he had 17 carries, and I just think that sometimes for whatever reason it just doesn't quite work. But I just know that Chase Brown is capable. He can make you miss in open field. We've seen that quite a bit also. And that combination, that's just tough when you have a couple guys that can really make you miss in open field like that. But he has great vision. He can stop on a dime. We see him only getting better too. It's good for him to finally, get a chance to really see what he's capable of doing.
Thanks, Lovie.
You're welcome.
Okay, John Sapini, go ahead. Last question.
Hey, Coach. I know that Isaiah has always talked about being a quarterback, but what can you do when Brandon's on the field? What can you do to get Isaiah out there at the same time? Because, like you said, he's the most elusive guy you've got on the team.
Well, I think it's literally we got a week to start putting some things in place. What Isaiah playing like that did, though, is give us a lot of options as much as anything, and that's what we'll do. The goal of every coaching staff is to try to put the guys and the team in the best place to be successful, and we'll do that this week.